Hello everybody and welcome back to WCS America Premier League round of 32. It's already our second last group of the round of 32. We're getting closer and closer to the end. Tomorrow is going to be our final day, but for now, Nate, we still have one very exciting best of 3 ahead of us. It's once again XiGua versus HerO. And it's once again the story of the foreigner winning the first best of 3, but then they have the rematch in the final series of the day.
Is as dramatic of a tale as it may be, typically speaking,
are you making fun of me now, Nate?
Our hero tends to have a tendency to fall on his sword towards the end of these groups. So XiGua, as impressive as that first series was, we've seen way too many times where this kind of upset happens, and then in the final match, the Korean player's like, no, actually, I'm supposed to win this. You're going home.
Yep. And then sometimes it's very one-sided decisively as well. However, I have a hard time imagining, and I also have a hard time imagining that HerO is super confident. I'm sure that he's still confident, but we also know that he's the type of player that can freak himself out a little bit.
Yeah.
And, you know, everybody has on days and off days, and some players are really good to bring their A++ game to the show when it truly matters. HerO, his highs are very high, but every now and then he plays games where he's just unrecognizable. Like, if you would tell me, if you would remove the name tag and you'd be like, hey Roddy, that was Liquid HerO playing, I would be like, ha, yeah, sure, Diamond NA maybe Mr. Bitters off race, but just kidding, Ben, if you're watching. But like, this is no way that, like, some heroes every now and then he just doesn't look like the same player. However, when he has his game on, he is still one of the best Protoss players in the world, and that's why, despite not having any success at all in WCS America, HerO is still high up there in the WCS ranking. He's currently hovering around that 20th spot, but he needs to get some WCS points, Nate, to make his way to BlizzCon.
Yeah, it's very important for him. As we said, HerO's one of those guys, he's teetering on the balance. And you look at him, other players that are still waiting. The first one that comes to mind, of course, is Bomber is pretty close to the edge.
Bomber is looking a lot better, though, than
yeah,
HerO.
I mean, he's ahead of HerO, but it's still, I think he was 16 last I checked.
Let's, I can actually take a look.
Bomber is between 16 and 12, right?
Yeah, you're crazy, man. Bomber is ranked 7.
Wait, what did he... He must have
He
just
won the Red Bull Battlegrounds Atlanta. 750 points.
I thought he got different. I got there were other points from somewhere else. Where were we looking at Bomber where he had less points?
I think that I think we spoke with Bomber. We spoke with Bomber about this when we drove home from WCS America season 2.
I thought he just got points from a different tournament though, the Taiwan tournament. He was high up. No,
he wasn't that high. Yeah, he got 250 points. Yeah, it helps. But
I just figured, I don't know. I thought he was just a couple spots down in the ranks.
Bomber gathered like 1,000 points in the last month. A little bit of points in Taiwan, a few points at DreamHack because he made it to the round of 16 before losing to MC. But he got a lot of points for winning Battlegrounds Atlanta.
Yeah.
That of course encourages all of us. If you guys want to get some WCS points as well, it seems like both players are ready. Go. Sorry. We're actually, I was distracted. We were like so caught up in the WCS rankings that now I want to make sure that the players are still ready before I start the game. XiGua says go, HerO, go. Like 99 out of 100 times, this is completely unnecessary because the players will be ready. But that one time,
one time that I did it and I got someone was upset.
Yeah,
it was like,
and it's like
casters
the worst
hosting lobbies.
Yep. And then, yeah, Cass is hosting lobbies, or the game starts, and then after 12 seconds, you see ... It's like, oh boy. See, HerO's actually not here, so it's really good. I'm going with safety first. But yes, like Bomber collected a lot of points because we were talking about his WCS ranking after we drove home from the season 2 finals where he got 1,000 points. Yeah. And that was before he got 1,000 more points.
Maybe I was still thinking about the ranking that we had before Atlanta.
But of course, if you guys want to get some WCS points, Battlegrounds Detroit is coming up. That really proves to be an awesome tournament. Yesterday, Nate, Letot, and myself had a small tournament as well where we all felt generous, and you guys at home felt very generous. And we sent a couple of North American community players. I mean, they're Grandmaster League players, but they're not well known. But 4 players qualified for Battlegrounds Detroit. I really look forward to following their stories at their first major event. I think that's going to be super awesome. So we're really stoked for Battlegrounds Detroit. It's going to happen in roughly 2 weeks from now on. Yeah, basically, right? It's like maybe 10, 11 days.
Yeah.
Isn't it like 20 to 22, or am I mixing up the dates now? It's like 22 to 24?
It's, 22nd and 24th, I believe.
All right. Okay, so HerO is actually disconnected from the lobby, so I really saved ourselves from a disaster. As soon as HerO is back, we can actually go ahead and fire up this game. I can try to invite him once more. Normally you have an admin, and the admin was actually... the admin did a good job in setting everything up, but the players weren't ready. Then he left, and okay. HerO said it crashed. I'm going to invite him again. Hopefully it works, and then we can just go ahead.
All right. Let's do it.
Cool. Everything seems to be working out. But yes, Battlegrounds Detroit is going to be awesome. You guys want to keep a close eye on that. Of course, WCS Europe is coming up. At the end of the broadcast, guys, if this series is over, don't tune out immediately, because we always give you a couple of useful facts. Oh my god. Man,
they're doing that thing when you really want the people that are casting to start the game.
Yep, they're spamming 1A. HerO is getting his APM spam ready. 1A.
You know what I mean? It's like sometimes talk about you guys like having when we do player cameras during the live show, and at this point, maybe just put in that GIF from the Carbot Animations episode just came out.
I still haven't seen this one. How have I not seen this? You keep talking about this 1A Protoss thing.
Yeah, man. It's just this Protoss is just actually sitting there.
Wait, is it an old video? Because then I may have seen it.
No, it just came out in like the last 36 hours. I
have not seen it yet. I mean, like
someone tweeted to this guy. Come on.
Alrighty, tweet it to me, because I actually love the Carbot Animation videos. I have the plushy little Zergling at home.
I love the recent ones. They did all the mirror matchups. Like the TVT, it was just endless scans. Like both players just endlessly scanning.
Oh, I think I have seen that one.
And then the ZVZ one was roaches just puking on each other.
I already have a visual image of how they did that. Either way, we love Carbot Animation. You guys should check them out as well and give them all the love, because those dudes are very, very talented. Or girls, I have no idea who makes it, but it's awesome. Either way, over here on the left bottom side of that wing, we have our one and only champion of WCS America Premier League Season 1, but it was in 2013. It is Liquid HerO. He also had a nice little tweet from Robin, also known as Bumblebee. He is the manager of the Team Liquid StarCraft 2 team, and I believe their Dota team as well. Great dude overall, and he said like, nah, not worried at all, no heart attacks over here. I have a lot of faith in HerO and Tasia. Well, Robin, I'm sure you were sweating a little bit on merry-go-round. And if you weren't, you're lying. Because even I was sweating, and I don't even have... it doesn't even make a difference to me.
Okay. Well, you're going to say something weird, like, don't have, like, sweat glands, and it's like, I actually can't sweat. It's not possible for me to get nervous.
Well, your hands get really wet, Nate.
Sometimes.
It's like...
Whenever I see Protoss on the loading screen, my hands get sweaty pretty fast.
Like, Nate touches my mouse and it actually just malfunctions on the spots. Like, well, Razor, my mouse stopped. Razor's like, well, don't drop in a bath tube. I was like, nothing happened. It was just Nate, his hands drizzling all over my mouse. Anyways, anyway, over here on the left top side of the map, we have Invictus Gaming's XiGua. Now, these two players have quite a history with each other. They were in the same group of WCS America Round of 32 Season 1. Back then, it came down to the deciders match, just like today, and XiGua was able to defeat HerO 2-1 to give us our biggest upset probably of Season 1, or maybe it was Jaedong losing to the 7 pylons and 8 cannons of Haas. That was a pretty big upset too. But XiGua defeating HerO was a massive upset.
Yeah, I'd agree there. You know, you mentioned Jim earlier today, and I was just thinking how much I'd love to see a Forge go down after this Nexus. And some craziness for the double hatch before pool that's about to come.
It's not going to be the case for HerO. I do agree.
A man can dream.
Yeah, I do agree, Nate, that it wouldn't be a bad option at all, because this is a map where it's so likely that these Zerg players are going to go double hatch before pool. It's such a large map. Of course, we have pretty much thanked everybody, but we want to thank all you guys as well for all the tweets that have been coming in. Today we actually had a lot of very funny tweets. Twitch chat is having a blast. I'm not sure if we're still on non-sub mode, because you guys were a little out of control. Twitch chat is not a rave party, guys. Nate has to control and behave himself. But it's awesome to see that all of you guys are enjoying our broadcast.
We like having you guys here. Yeah. You make it easier for us.
If we would have zero interactions, it would feel really sad. Especially every now and then, like the studio lights go off, and then it's just Nate and me sitting behind the desk in a very, very dark warehouse. Like, it's like, well, I'm actually really sad. Like, the StarCraft plays are beautiful, but it just feels so alone. Nate, hold me. But it's really fun to hear from you guys. And today the lights are on, so I feel more alive anyway.
Yeah, it's good times. It's good times here in WCS America. So HerO gets his probe scout in. He's like, ah, you cheeky bugger, you went for double hatchery before spawning pool, and there's nothing he can do about it. Nothing.
No, it's a little, well, since there is no extractor, Nate,
he's gonna finish this zealot. So maybe he does quick gateway pressure? Is that an option?
It is an option, especially if he doesn't take. Okay, he already has a second assimilator. But he did check the gases, and he's like, cool, no extractors yet. Well, he's actually going to take the Stargate approach. HerO just really loves his Stargate in this matchup, and, you know, who am I to disagree with it? Because I don't know 10% of what HerO knows about this matchup. I think this is just HerO playing safe. This is HerO not taking any risk. This is just HerO trying to keep his head calm and saying, like, hey, I'm freaking Liquid HerO. I don't have to stress over XiGua, which means watermelon. Why would I stress over watermelon? I can eat watermelons. So he's just going to play very, very straight up. And he's going to take a slow and steady wins the race approach. I am a little bit worried about this devious probe though on the right top side of the map. Because every now and then HerO does his gateway all in, where he goes into an Oracle, and then he follows it up with a very quick 7 or 8 gate.
Is he going to build 7
or
gateways?
Phoenix gateway all in. It's really strong too.
Is he going to build 7 gateways in the top right corner of the map? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to build them in the right top side corner of the map, but the Phoenix opening makes it borderline impossible for XiGua to scout what is going on in the main base of HerO after this. HerO is setting out a probe though, which gives us the idea he wants to go up to quick 3 bases. Zergling.
Yeah.
It's going to be so annoying. What? It's Phoenix into Oracle.
What?
I guess he hopes that these spore crawlers will be cancelled. But the spore crawlers wouldn't. Okay.
Well, they're not, so...
I mean, it is harder for XiGua to scout. And you could say that the Oracle doesn't do a whole lot of damage in general anyway. So I guess it's kind of the same, but now you keep XiGua in the dark a little more. But normally you can follow it up with a safety Void Ray. And I kind of like my public safety Void Ray.
I like the safety Void Ray, man.
Yeah, man.
Never leave home without it.
Always carry a Void Ray in my backpack wherever I go. Sit in the cinema, suddenly like prismatic alignment comes out of your backpack.
It's like, hey, you know, don't mess with that guy.
It's like, man, IMAX 3D just became really realistic. It's like this.
Double evolution chamber on the way for XiGua. Are we going to see some Zergling upgrades, Kev? This could get interesting.
Yeah, or just well upgraded Hydras against this Stargate opener from HerO. Like Hydra Link can kill these Stargate openings, especially if the Protoss players focus a lot on infrastructure, upgrades, and economy before units that are actually good against Hydras. It could be either way, but it could definitely be the melee upgrades, Nate, so I'm not going to say you're wrong. I think you're right, actually. Melee.
I want to see it. I want it.
I know what I want.
And I want it now. He's got to get it. Oh, he's just waiting. Okay.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a tease. He's taking all his gases.
He is a bit of a tease.
He's taking all his gases, so I mean, this could just still end up being like a Spire, right?
XiGua was whining and dining us for minutes. We're getting all in the mood. And just let it go. There we go.
There's the melee. There we go.
So he does hold true. He just,
you know what it is.
He just likes to build up the tension. I like it. XiGua is my type of Zerg. Alright, your layer is about to finish up. Now, a lot of gateway units on the field, or excuse me, a lot of gateways on the field so far for HerO. No additional, he's on double forts. This is cool. Who was the Protoss that was always doing this? Was it SOS who was always doing
I don't really know. I can't really, there's no Protoss that jumps to my mind when I think of double forge against Zerg.
I think SOS used to do it last year when, you know, like previous seasons.
SOS made everything work.
Yeah, that's
he made carriers work.
That's true. Carriers against Terran suddenly looked really legit. Until I made them and I flew my first carrier into 26 Vikings. I was like, well, carrier is a pretty stupid unit.
Apparently I don't instantly win games.
Apparently I'm not as good as SOS in StarCraft. Alright, so again it's a Hydralisk then and the Spire at the same time. So it's always a little tricky if you're HerO, you scout this and you're like, oh well, what does it even mean? This means that both is very, very realistic.
Yeah, he's getting, what is it, 1 macro hatch and that 4th base, which makes a lot of sense. Not really a lot of creep spread though. Hydralisk. Okay. Ling Hydra, transition into Muta.
It could just be, yeah, exactly. You don't know. That's the thing as a Protoss player. You don't know. This can be many things. He can really commit to the Hydras. He can go Hydra into Muta switch. He can cancel the Hydras and go make only bot Mutalisk. Of course, there's no need to like really like make 9 Hydras, but he can show like 3 or 4 Hydras and then go into Mutas immediately. It's very hard to say. You don't really know what this is. So if HerO would say, you know what it is? It's like, no, actually.
And to be perfectly honest, good sir, I'm simply not sure.
If we can have like a reasonable discussion about what you think that this is, I would like to do it because this could be many things. Meanwhile, XiGua puts on a baseball bat, or baseball hat, sorry.
Yeah.
Drops his pants, he's like, no, HerO, you know what it is.
Jeez.
No, sir. I just don't know what it is.
Hydralisk range finishing up. HerO's 2-2 is so fast, man.
Yeah, these Protoss units will actually have disgusting upgrades.
like XiGua's like, I went fast double evolution chamber. This is really good. And he was like, no, actually.
Actually, Protoss with double forge and triple chrono is even a little bit better. He's gonna start +2 melee still, so he still has all these Hydralisks, but he's not going to invest in Hydralisk upgrades. Now the only good news is there is no Archon yet, Nate. There's no Storm, there's no Colossus. So these Zerglings are going to be pretty... Ooh, Dark Templars. Yeah, Dark Shrine just finished up. I have no idea why I didn't mention. I was looking at this Dark Shrine for like 40 seconds and then I never mentioned it. So 4 Dark Templars might be dropped into the main base and Vision being used once more. XiGua is moving out with everything. Nate, okay, he does have an Overseer, but 4 DTs have a lot of damage output.
I mean, he can also warp in more Zealots with this too, which is going to make things really complicated.
And he doesn't even have an Overseer with his army, so this push can never work. This push is bound to fail. HerO can just wipe in 2 Dark Templars and he's never going to die. While these Dark Templars on the north side of the map...
Oh my god, it's a bloodbath, Roddy!
Yep, it is. And HerO can just warp in DTs over here and he's going to be fine. Look at his money.
Well, he needs to actually warp them in because his Gateway army isn't going to be enough right now.
He warps in Zealots. I mean, this is still tricky for XiGua to fight. Oh my god, these Dark Templars, it's quite... Oh my god, XiGua is left with only 49 drones. He lost 24. Hydras can't retreat. Hydras don't have good upgrades either. These Protoss units have 2-2. And this is the first time ever where you suddenly see Zealots survive for a long time against Hydralisk. HerO blinking forward as well, picking up a bunch of these Hydras. Zerglings now are streaming in, but even Zerglings are late to the party. And XiGua is in so much trouble. He's borderline dead.
Yeah, I'm really worried for him.
There's a lot of gas, but
that Dark Templar play was just absolutely sick. He's killed 24 drones this game.
That's the power of the Phoenix, of course. Actually, XiGua scouted this. What?
Oh, well, that's awkward.
So he knew what it was.
Yeah. There's also a probe sitting. I just noticed.
I want to say normally like that, just a single Phoenix already makes it so much harder for. You know, pretty much anything for Zerg to scout. Like, I love how he has the Phoenix over here on patrol, so every single time an Overlord would go down to scout the main base, it would get sniped. But I actually have no idea how he scouted this Dark Shrine. I'd really love to know that, but...
And 3-3 is on the way.
Yeah, like HerO can... this is like... Okay, HerO is gonna do like what HerO often does, and that is take a very fancy approach to things. So he's gonna like try to completely outplay his opponent. He scouts with the Oracle. He's gonna probably like harass at 4 different locations at once, while switching into Carriers, Storm, Archons, and all the good things in life. That's all beautiful, and I think it's gonna work. But sometimes I would love to see HerO just be those that wipes in 12 Blink Stalkers and just wins immediately, you know?
Yeah, HerO does like to take his sweet time. But with those 3-3 upgrades coming in, I can't really say I disagree with him too much. The Zealot harass has just been great. His harass in general for this match, I'd say almost today, just been really good.
Yeah, I mean, that's always. I mean, HerO was one of the first Protoss players that was getting so much love for his War Prism play in general. That is something that I think people never really let go. No more detection in the main base. HerO is just ravaging the economy of XiGua. He's not really committing with this army yet on creep, and he actually should be kind of careful because there's still a lot of Roaches, Zerglings, and Hydralisks. If he loses everything, we have a game again. Mothership Core saved by the Fortresses.
Yep, not bad. As long as he can... Oh, well, now I'm a little bit worried again. Okay, there's the recall. Does escape. Very important.
And he's still doing some real work in the main base. Like, look at these Zealots, man.
Zealots with 3 Zealots in your base. There's a Templar in here in case an Overseer comes.
Yeah, he feedbacks the Overseer. Alright, new Overseer. Feedback it again.
Oh, man.
Not enough damage.
I don't know if I've ever seen an offensive feedback warp in like that, just to make the DTs better. He's going to kill the Spire.
He's killing everything. There's not a whole lot that he hasn't killed. I mean, surprisingly, XiGua still has 70 drones. It's actually pretty impressive. HerO is here again after just recalling. Now he wants to do more economic damage over here. Again, like, as good as this all is for HerO, he's all doing this of 3 bases, and he's stacking into like all these really expensive buildings, and it's still a high-tech Zerg. Like, HerO is doing really good work, and I really love their res. And look at these Dark Templars and Zealots, but he has to be a tiny bit careful because we have seen HerO make the mistake in the past of being too fancy and then it backfiring. Like, this is phenomenal Protoss play, and don't get me wrong, guys, I'm loving every second of it. I'm just a tiny bit worried that HerO is falling in, you know, the old mistake that he's made in the past, because he's down 50 army supply, so we have to respect the Zerg army, even when he's done an upgrade. And this fort base is actually really important, and HerO is gonna lose it. He doesn't even cancel it. He's really not that rich, Nate.
No. I mean, it's nice harass, sure, but he invested a lot.
Yeah, it wasn't for free. Like, let's be honest. If you start wiping in 2 2 High Templars and a lot of Dark Templars. And like he's doing work, and he actually killing the Spire is so bad for the XiGua, because now this Warp Prism can just stick around for days. The XiGua decided to start being aggressive, but now he's going to end up losing his 4th base. It's really important for XiGua that he keeps this hatchery alive, but it's just a little too late. These Zealots with +3 attack. Don't want to mess with them, Nate.
These guys are monsters.
Oh my
Look
God.
at this,
HerO,
the drive-by storm drops.
On everything, even feedbacking the Viper as well. I mean, HerO is playing phenomenal StarCraft, but like I have seen HerO die in games like this, where he just like everything he does is fantastic, it's awesome, it's phenomenal for 6 minutes straight. This was like the finals of the Wearer.com Invitational. I will never forget that one, where HerO was just completely outplaying MC. He was all over the place. MC lost like 55 probes, and HerO was just everywhere. Beautiful play on Heavy Rain. And then MC just wipes in only nothing but units, marches across the map, and kills HerO's army. It's just, you know, that's saddening, and that has happened in the past. Feedbacks will, however, keep him safe. He hallucinated a bunch of Colossus as well. HerO is, of course, in a really, really good position, but this Zerg army is huge.
Yep, Time Warp gets planted. Going down this ramp is not fun, but he wants to defend this 4th base. But the Vipers, this is so tricky.
The upgrades for XiGua really just made no sense this game at all. Blinding Cloud.
The feedbacks on the Vipers. Gets one abducted in a real Colossus. Good pickoff. Mothership Core goes down.
Does he have another one? He has one more.
The Roaches actually run their own Blinding Cloud, hurting them.
Yeah. It's just a little bit silly. Storm is landing on top of these High Templars and Hydras, but I actually think HerO will stabilize. His upgrades are just so much better than the upgrades of this army. It's like XiGua went for melee carapace upgrades, or melee upgrades.
Ah! That Colossus.
Yeah, this one Colossus gets sniped, but it's 3-3 Blink Stalkers and Colossus against 0-1 Roaches and Hydras. Like, come on. You know,
the power of 3-3 Protoss.
That is what Protoss dreams are made of. This army of Protoss is already very cost efficient against Roach Hydra. And if your upgrades are pretty much 5 upgrades ahead of the upgrades of your opponent, well, then it's just not possible to lose.
No. And the Zealots are still harassing, of course, because this wouldn't be a HerO game if there weren't Zealots in half the bases at any given time.
It really made no sense that he focused on Zerg melee attack upgrades. It just...
These Roaches are dying so fast.
Yeah,
God.
It's 3-3 Zealots against 0-1 Roaches.
These Zealots are real badasses over here.
Yeah, man. Now HerO is going to add in the Immortal, a second robotics facility. HerO is going to be more than fine. Like, this is, I mean, like, he has done it. I was a tiny bit worried that if he would have lost both Colossus immediately, maybe it would have been a little bit scary, but one Colossus survived the abducts, he killed the Vipers, and after that, you know, with the upgrade, he even is 3-1-3. It's ridiculous. Now +1 missile attacks did finish up, finally, and +2 armor, so now we're looking at 1-2 against 3-1-3. Still bad. For Zerg, of course.
Yeah. I like that he's getting Anion Pulse Crystals. Does he think a Mutalisk switch is coming?
Yeah,
does he think he can afford a Mutalisk switch after
like
that?
HerO, for your information, you have killed 72 drones throughout this game. And like, I'm a little bit paranoid too about those Muta switches, HerO, but...
Not that paranoid.
I can guarantee you, if you kill 72 drones, you're good to go, brother. Oh, move command of these Roaches and Hydras into this very, very scary and intimidating Protoss army. This was a phenomenal PvZ by HerO, man.
Yeah, HerO made very few mistakes all the way throughout. A couple times it looked like maybe XiGua could take the, the dream engagement if he got all those Colossi. Maybe. But the upgrades too, man. The upgrades. They are pretty damn important in StarCraft 2.
HerO is like just a complete polar opposite of how most Protoss players are. Most Protoss players, they win a fight, then they just warp in nothing but Blink Stalkers and they just try to win. And HerO is taking a beautiful approach, kind of like Rain-ish like, where he never just tries to just win, but he tries to completely outplay his opponent. This is like... nice. He's gonna lose a few Templars here against these Hydras, but he actually... man, what a boss!
Pentakill on that one.
Oh yeah, Pentakill. Alright, High Templar storms all those Hydras and kills it. Well done. Oh well.
Now this base is as good as dead.
Army supply still is a little close,
but
but
storms.
The Black Clouds are really good though, but the storms are very, very, very real. These Roaches and Hydras are actually getting very close, but there is one Immortal in this army, and Immortal with these upgrades against the Roaches with the upgrades that they have is just not fair. GG is called, and HerO wins a beautiful PvZ on that wing after just completely outplaying XiGua. And I just do not understand what XiGua was up to with his upgrades. Like, Hydra Ling with Zerglings is awesome. I guess what he perhaps wanted to do before he started being broke. Actually, I think this is just what happened, because like obviously all these players are very good and they do things for a reason. I think XiGua's initial idea was to just go up to Hive as quick as possible and get a very strong economy, keep HerO's economy at bay with Zerglings and Hydras, and then get ready to get a couple of Ultralisks. But then he saw like the game just went very bad for him after the Dark Templars did so much damage that he's like, well, I have no choice. I need to make roaches because I need some buffer for my Hydralisk. And he was forced into a position where he had to play Roach Hydra, while he actually, like, all he wanted to do was just enjoy his massive economy and go up to, most likely, I would say, Ultras, or maybe Broodlords, because then he would still have, like, the upgrades for those little Broodlings.
But that Zealot harass, man.
The Dark Templar harass. I mean...
all that harass.
Yeah. I mean, like, it all started with the very first 4 Dark Templars. Those guys, they wreaked havoc.
Hey, that just started like a whole meltdown of everything in XiGua's base. I'm surprised he didn't die so much faster.
I know, he did a really good job in hanging in there. And even army supply-wise, it looked close. But like I said before, it's very deceiving. It's basically, you know, when you have 2 cars racing against each other, and you can say, like, well, they both have 4 wheels, but one is like a Ford Mustang of 2014, and one is like... you know, and a Fiat Panda from like 1986. He's like, yeah, they both have 4 wheels, but I think I'm gonna go with the Mustang on this one.
Sounds like a reasonable choice. Map number 2 will be King Staging Station. We've seen HerO do some crazy builds on this map before, haven't we?
We have seen HerO do pretty crazy builds on every map out there, Nate.
That too.
It's HerO. But yeah, it could be a triple Stargate play from HerO, but I think it's just gonna be more of the same. XiGua is ready to play the second game. HerO still needs a little bit of time. So once more, we just want to thank all of you guys for all the tweets and the support that you have shown for WCS America. Hashtag WCS for all your tweets. And of course, make sure to follow ESL at facebook.com/ESL, twitter.com/ESL. And of course, show a lot of love to StarCraft, twitter.com/StarCraft. A lot of useful updates, tweets about tournaments all around the world. And above all, very funny messages as well. They always send out lovely happy birthday messages. Like, it made my year.
The StarCraft Twitter has been really stepping up their Twitter game, I have to say.
It's a good Twitter account. It's a good Twitter to follow. Twitter.com/StarCraft. I like it.
It's a good time. So, as we move into this match, honestly, what do you want out of XiGua for this? What do you do?
I mean, like, I don't think he has to overly panic. He still won the last 2 best of 3s that they played. Sorry, I had to. I just had to sneeze. It was like the most awkward thing ever.
Oh.
And I started the sentence, and then I muted myself, and then I apologized for sneezing while being muted. It's like, well, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense either. Now I still feel it's there. I jinxed myself. This is terrible.
It's all good. It's all good.
Nate.
My sneezes are like so bad. People probably heard me when I muted myself earlier anyway. So we've got everybody set up. XiGua was set as Terran. I was like, XiGua, I feel like you probably don't want to play Terran on this map.
I know the new Widow Mines are pretty cool against Protoss, but, you know, it's still Liquid HerO. You might just want to...
That just turns into the thing where it's like, you know what, man? I heard this was, like, the best. Like, this Widow Mines are so good, but you've never used them before. Yeah. You just end up killing your whole own army. Like, you go from, like, I'm going to try the new Widow Mines, and then, like, the next thing you see is that gif of 4GG with all his whole army dying to his own Widow Mines. It's just like...
And you see Stefano's face of joy.
It's like, he's like, well, I was about to lose this game.
Ooh, that's not bad. He has to say, like, that actually went pretty well for me. Alrighty, we are loaded in game number 2. It is going to be played on King Sejong Station. Liquid HerO is up 1-0. Is he finally going to be able to qualify for WCS America round of 16 in 2014? It has still been an okay year for HerO. He has collected a lot of WCS points, but not in actual WCS. This could very well be his season, though. Maybe, you know, how poetic would it be? Poetic would it be if HerO would end up winning this season? Then he won the very first season of 2013, and he wins the last season of 2014. Wouldn't that complete the circle of WCS America? I
think he would probably be more interested in the part where getting that far puts him in BlizzCon.
Yes. But don't you think that HerO would be very happy if he wins WCS America Season 3, Nate?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, obviously, he would rather win BlizzCon, but I think if you just tell him, like, hey, HerO, you might not do all that fantastic at BlizzCon, but you're going to win WCS America, would you do it? Maybe he wouldn't. Maybe he's still, like, the champion that he is. He might just still go all out. Either way.
I mean, why not both, right?
Yeah, why not both? It's like, well, HerO, because The other 15 players also want that. Over here on the left top side of the map, it is of course Liquid HerO.
He's gonna open with the Forge.
9 Pylon, 12, 13 Forge. And this Zerg player.
Cannons. Oh, he's going with a pull.
Oh, XiGua, Soul Read. Of course, in the right bottom side of the map, he's a red Zerg representing Invictus Gaming. It is XiGua.
And his Overlord totally saw that probe coming across too, so he knows. He's like, whew, glad I did this.
He knows, he knows, he knows. Cannons on his mind, Nate. He says cannons over everything. Cannons on my mind.
Well, now he won't have to worry about cannons. I don't think HerO's that crazy.
No. HerO suddenly pulls a Haas and actually like drops like 6 pylons over here with a cannon behind it. It's like, well, that would be a little funky.
Yeah. So I was gonna pylon block. Okay, that's not actually a bad way to get out of here, I think. This doesn't start at his Nexus quite yet.
Got another tweet from the Count Grin. Is that what it says?
Yeah, the Count Grin.
It says hashtag WCS has turned me into a Twitter junkie. Hold me, Nate. Glad you enjoyed it. Glad you're having fun. Twitter is pretty fun, guys. You actually meet very fun people over Twitter. Like, there are people that I've never met in real life, but I actually really enjoy reading their tweets. And they're not even like famous people. Like, they're not like celebrity superstars or sports stars. Just like members of our community who just like, I enjoy their tweets and then I follow them. It's actually,
yeah, man.
It is cool.
See all your StarCraft updates.
Yeah, like some of these guys, it's like, man, I watch a lot of StarCraft, but then there's this one dude, it's like, hey, Roddy, you forgot about this game in lower bracket round 3 of the tournament you casted 4 months ago. It's like, wow.
It's like the only.
Like, you're right.
It's like, man, I'm looking for a good game to watch, and it finds out like this other language stream was the only one casting like this one qualifier game that ended up being like a super epic like battle cruiser match. It's like, damn. Some people are very on top of their StarCraft games.
And we try to be, of course, as well. So it's a double hedge follow-up by XiGua, so it's still an economic opening. No extract is dropped yet. Very important game for both these guys. XiGua would love to secure himself at least an additional $1,000. HerO is so mad at these plates, he's going to take him out. How do you feel about this, Nate? Shall we analyze this part of the broadcast?
You know, man, I've actually seen enough times. I've actually lost games because I accidentally click on plates before. Always destroy them. But always.
Every now and then you win a game as well. It's like really fun when you play PvP. It's like 3 stalkers versus 3 stalkers.
Dude, when someone tries to, I've had people try to Ling Bane all in me, and then they blow up like 4 or 5 Banelings on it, and I'm like, you know, sometimes you're not supposed to win games, but sometimes miracles happen.
Could be the case as well. Now, XiGua is a very aggro Zerg against Terran. That doesn't mean that he's going to be as crazy against Protoss. I feel against Protoss, he's a little more straight up, likes to just go crazy on the macro element of everything. Will probably try to go up to 4 bases relatively quickly once more. Has to keep a close eye on what HerO wants to do, though. So far, HerO has not revealed his hand yet, and he's also making a Stalker before a Stargate. I feel this is different, right, Nate, or am I crazy now?
Maybe he wants to deny scouting because there's so many open paths an Overlord could come in from.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't really cared about his Stargate being scouted before.
Nope. Alright, so Stalker follow-up. It's gonna take, maybe he goes on an adventure because he expects XiGua to be a gasless player.
He is gonna try to poke this Overlord.
Poke.
But poke. 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 He could get it, right? He just has to go back and forth for an hour.
I'm really not sure if that's worth his focus. If I, like, sometimes I do that and then I actually, like, supply block myself 3 times while killing 1 Overlord. It's like, well, that wasn't really worth it. He will be able to snipe the second one, though. Of course, XiGua will scout the Stargate, excuse me. But like you mentioned before, HerO doesn't seem... Okay, it's a quick layer. I feel this is layer before Zergling speed. This is layer before anything else. Now, this could be crazy Nidus play if it was handlerless, but this can also just be Hydra Zergling, but then it's gonna hit even quicker because he's... Yeah, okay, there goes Zergling speed. I think this is gonna be Hydra Ling, but a very, very aggressive version of it, and it could theoretically work. Like, I always die against this if I do what HerO does, but there are so many Korean Protoss players and even European pros and North American pros that they'll be like, oh, easy, a couple of force fields, a cannon, a photon overcharge. Nice. Zerg made all these Hydras, didn't kill me, I'm way ahead. So that's, you know, 2 ways of looking at it.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. He's got his first Oracle out. He's going for the safety Void Ray as he takes his 3rd base. And
T1.
There's already spores everywhere, though, right?
Yep.
So breaking this will be at least mildly difficult, to say the least.
Yes, it would be lucky for, or it would be very fortunate for HerO if he can pick off more than 3 or 4 drones. That's probably the damage that he's gonna have to settle for. There was no Spore yet in the main, only single Queen. Oh, HerO. If he would have known.
Oracle lost so many shields.
Oh, what was the drone doing there? Did you see that?
What?
Oh, that was the proxy drone.
Oh my god, he was gonna build a Spire there.
Yep.
Well, he's building one now in his main base, I
Actually
guess.
still getting quite some work done. 5 kills on this Oracle, despite a Spore in every mineral line. That's really well done for HerO.
That Overlord finally died.
Okay, now the Spire is going down behind the Extractor. Straight up mid play. Not what I had in mind, but okay.
Yeah.
Not that it's bad. Does HerO have sentries? Yes, he
He was
does.
going double forge again. Greedy, greedy.
Ah, okay. Well, that's going to slow the blink production down. That's going to slow the amount of stalkers down. It's not going to allow him to do all these things at once. So this could theoretically work, but it's extremely crucial. It's pivotal for XiGua. His tournament life is on the line, Nate. It's really important that somehow HerO does not scout this. And maybe even a random Spore Crawler in the position that can help to snipe like an hallucinated Phoenix. This is a Phoenix that can really secure HerO's ticket to the round of 16 for the first time this year. If he scouts the Spire at his first try, I really feel that that is just fantastic for him.
I wonder if he's actually. I was like curious if he was gonna check the spot where that Overlord was pooping creep, but
Yep.
comes in and no, not yet.
HerO, you're gonna have to check the
We need to
back
go
of that
deeper,
main.
HerO.
Oh, he's about to explode.
He sees it.
Oh,
okay.
the Spore, like I said.
He saw it. He saw
it?
it. Yeah, he
Okay,
saw it.
you're right.
He knows.
Yep, yeah, good job there, mate. Second Stargate, third Stargate going down immediately, but 13 Mutalisks on the way already. I think HerO's gonna have enough time. Come on, HerO, you already have 1 Stargate. Don't forget about that bad boy. Pump out some Phoenix. I would even cancel one of these upgrades and all. Nah, maybe not. But I wouldn't warp in the Stalkers that he just did. I would start, like, if you want to defend this with Stargates, then you have to start your Phoenix production immediately.
Yeah. This is kind of weird. So yeah, the double Stargate, blink. Is he gonna get his other upgrades? Okay, no. He gets 1-1 is done.
There are Stalkers over here, there are sentries and a photon overcharge. This is not where you park your car, XiGua. This is not the exposed mineral line that you were looking for. There is one, however, in the right. A couple of cannons go down. The main is the one that's exposed. Did these Void Raiders actually cancel that fort base, or what happened? Did they just kill
He's
the
got 4
drone?
kills, man. They did something.
I guess he just killed the drones. I thought XiGua was taking that base before. Anyways, there is a hatchery over here as well on the right top side of the map. 3 Phoenixes at once are being chrono boosted out. There's photon overcharge. I think HerO's gonna get enough stocks out in time. I already think that this is the phase in the game where XiGua needs to drop an infestation pit and he needs to start getting up to pathogen glands. He knows it as well. He's getting 10 drones. I like it, Nate. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. I like this Zergling run by, which is pretty nice. While he does all of this, try to hold him away. But the photon cannon coupled with the photon overcharge and this Phoenix. Well, you don't want to lose your Phoenix, but
6 Corruptors
doing
on the
reasonably
way.
well.
Oh man, all these Zerglings.
Oh
just
man,
died.
they tried to cross through the hot gates.
Yeah, they
Those
went
2
through.
Spartans said, "Well, nice try."
Yep. You wonder what happens when you jump into a meat grinder? That is exactly what happens.
You get grinded.
Yeah. You will get grinded. Contrary to popular belief, it's not a good idea. The HerO now knows. He's like, hey, I just killed a couple of Buddhas, killed a lot of Zerglings. He's probably trying to transition again. This greedy Zerg did take a 4th base. How much can he truly have? However, the cannons are gone. The Phoenix count is high enough, though, to deflect these Mutas for now. If HerO starts being aggressive, Nate, I'm a tiny bit worried for XiGua. He only has 15 Mutalisks and 20 Zerglings now. That's not enough to fight this army, especially not if the Phoenixes will join in the fun as well. Our Chinese Zerg is in trouble.
Yeah, this push is looking pretty strong. Well, Zerglings are going to move in and try to hit these sentries.
Yeah,
Guardian
base
shield
trade.
gets popped.
XiGua is going to go for the base trade, and I don't blame him because he can't fight this army straight up. And base
He's
trading.
adding more cannons.
Yeah.
There are a total of 5. Oh, recalls!
Okay.
Well, okay. Mothership core should die.
Yeah, now all the Phoenixes are going to wreak havoc over here. They're going to kill so much. There are a few Corruptors.
Yeah, man.
But
This game's gotten into a very weird place.
yeah, but still a very good place if you're Liquid HerO. I mean, XiGua is mining a lot of money, but he just... How can he get an army out in the near future, in the immediate near future, that's strong enough to fight HerO's army? I think the only option is like somehow overwhelm him with Mutalisks, but that's going to be so difficult. These Phoenixes are gonna say like, Mutas are good in harassing, eh? What you think about Graviton Beam, eh?
Graviton Beam, pretty good unit, man.
If the Phoenixes were Canadian, that's how they would come.
It's like, sorry, just got to pick up some of your
sorry,
probes.
man, I'm really sorry.
It's
but like,
sorry, I was told to pick these probes up.
Yep, like I kind of disagreed with the order, but they told us we're really good at this. We apologize for the inconvenience. We really hope that we don't hurt your economy
I just
too
got
much.
kids to feed, man. You know, you know how it is.
Like, I can't lose my job, man. I got picked up as a Phoenix courier. And just really have to do this, eh? I'm very sorry, eh?
So, let's see. He's going back over towards the right side. I love the like triple hallucinated Phoenix. He's like, yes, I actually split some of my Phoenix off. Please waste your time and try to come kill them.
HerO is like, even though XiGua is still on 80 drones, I'm just worried. Like, I'm trying to imagine a world where he has an army that's strong enough to defeat HerO's army, but I don't really, like, I really think he needs an infestation pit. That's just...
Once Anion Pulse Crystals finishes researching, then I honestly, I'm going to lose a lot of my hope right now.
And let's not forget that it's +1 air weapons already on all these Phoenixes as well. And +2 on the ground. Like, you know, XiGua, you're up 60 supply, but your army is kind of trash. Unless, you know, the Phoenixes would just only fight the Corruptors, then there is hope. But like, there is no upgrades. Oh, Warp Prison? No Warp Prison. He does get a council on this fort base. That's pretty big. Like, I really come on, like, infestation pit, XiGua. You have the money for it.
Yeah, you need to fungal those Phoenix, man.
One fungal and you actually win this game. Like, he could still win this game, but like, he's still up in supply. But in a straight-up fight, HerO's army is just so much stronger. It's so much better upgraded. However, if XiGua would just get 1 or 2 fungals, I really think that this game is his.
Yeah, he's going to try to focus down this third base, which...
Man, he's wrecking the economy. HerO...
Yeah, HerO's not going to be mining anything. HerO attacks on the left side. He cleans up that base with his Zealots.
I'm a little bit surprised. I was kind of just wondering, like, HerO's recall was very late to the party there. He didn't use his Phoenixes at all. I really don't want to be critical of HerO because he's, like, such a good Kronos player, but I felt he could have been slightly more active there with his Phoenixes. But perhaps he's worried about Apache and Glance. And now suddenly things look a little better for XiGua because HerO's economy... Shrimp balls, but okay, HerO does strike back, kills 2 bases on his own. Alright.
Yeah. This game we're getting to that low econ point, huh?
Oh, look at these upgrades. Well, man, is this +2 already? No, he cancelled +2. I thought he had +2 air weapons on the way, right?
I don't know. It looked like he only got +2 for his ground forces.
Ah, okay. I thought he had +2 air weapons on the way, but he does have +1, and +1 is good too. Even these Corruptors took a lot of damage.
With how fast Phoenix attack, upgrade scale much better for them than other units in the game.
It's actually insane. +1 Phoenix is raw.
Yeah, man. It's one of those few times where just one attack upgrade can give you like almost a 20% damage boost. Like battle cruisers are nasty because of how fast they attack.
A lot of spine crawlers going down at this base on the right top side of the map. XiGua is a little broke right now. He was a little richer before. Just still trying to sing this one out.
I love getting some Archons with this, because now there's no way to ever jump on top of the army with the Mutalisks. Like,
it's still a very tricky game for HerO. After losing that fort base, especially after losing this third as well and all these cannons, he's going to have to be very careful. Dark Templars are doing some work. XiGua, you lost a lot of drones already, I think. Take a look at the work count. HerO has killed an additional 15 workers ever since that Phoenix arrest.
HerO really hates drones.
Yep. I think, don't we all, Nate? Oh. Every time these Phoenixes clump up, I just close my eyes and imagine a fungal.
Zealot's actually going for the Spire. This would be a nice grab. Oh, against the surface area. Nice pickoff.
Gets the Spire. Wow, that's indeed a fantastic pickoff against a broke Zerg.
That's really, really nice.
When a broke Zerg wants Mutalisk, Nate, it's not a whole lot you can do.
No, not at all. 18 lings on the way. Another Spire, but man... The Spire costs the same amount of resources as 2 Mutalisks. I'm sure XiGua would rather have 2 more Mutas right now.
He gets a free Archon. That's kind of nice.
That is nice.
Careful though. There is another Archon hidden. Well, very well. Oh wow. HerO panic attack there. Still Dark Templars as well doing work. No,
this guy's going ham.
Yeah. Oh, this guy's gonna kill a lot of workers if this continues.
Man, the sound of Dark Templar attacking instills fear in the hearts of everybody.
HerO has killed 123 workers in the last 2 games. Wow.
That's pretty crazy.
That's pretty effective harassment. Like HerO, there are 10-hour ladder sessions where I don't kill 123 workers. Oh,
he's gonna come try to fight this. Archons, man, all he corrupts contaminates them immediately, trying to pick them off. These Phoenix being pushed back. They've all A lot of them
It's
have
a
been
lot
corrupted.
of Mutalisks, man.
Yeah,
Man,
he's
these
taking
Mutas-
a serious amount of damage from these Corruptors and Mutalisks.
I'm actually really shocked that he was able to fly on top of that army and not just get annihilated. That was actually a massive victory for XiGua. I'm almost lost for words, Nate. He just flew on top of an Archon with a lot. I think all the Phoenixes were just attacking the Corruptors. That's the only logical explanation for that entire scenario. And I guess the 2-2 upgrades on the ground forces didn't make that much of a difference because HerO didn't have that many. Wow. Did I just underestimate the Muta? Is that what happened?
This game has been nuts. Dark Templar's going to get even a couple more drone kills. I feel like XiGua's actually like really taking control of this game.
Yeah.
I'm really worried for HerO.
The Phoenix count is still 18. It's hard to be worried in general.
Yeah, I mean it's nice, but if you get forced to fight directly, like that whole gateway army dies super fast to the Mutas.
HerO needs to be a tiny bit more active. He can really start chipping away way more at these.
Yeah, I think that's got to be the key here. Is I don't think he really should want to take a direct fight again like that, because then the Corruptors get to tank way too much damage.
I personally think HerO is paranoid about a fungal. I think that is the main reason why, because that's how you lose games as a pro player. It's like, well, do you want to lose against Mutalisks? Because flying around with your Phoenixes all the time, that's how you're going to lose a game. So I think that's why he's afraid of doing it. But of course we know that that is not the case. A couple of Phoenixes going down, but I don't think XiGua wants to fight this just yet. The Stalkers are still an issue as well with the +2 upgrades, because, you know, it's not that many Stalkers, but still 16 Stalkers with 2-2 upgrades. They do soak up a lot of damage, and they should push out quite a bit of damage as well.
Yeah.
And now we have 3 Archons.
I mean, as long as these Phoenix can actually hit stuff, those Archons are very scary. Like, if those Corruptors and Mutas clump up for even a second, they can actually, like, one-shot. Those 3 Archons will one-shot the whole ball of Mutas.
Yep. Good, look at these Phoenixes doing work, Nate. Like, Corruptors can take quite a bit of a beating, but now they've took a serious beating. It's 107 army supply against 96. But the army of Liquid HerO is so much stronger than the army of XiGua.
These Archons anchored this force far too well, and there's nothing on the ground to distract them.
The Spire with +2 armor on the way is probably going to get cancelled as well. Well, HerO somehow found a sweet spot to drop the pylon. That's very cute. It's going to kill this hatchery. XiGua once more is going to try to base trade. A couple of Zealots will pick off quite a few of these Zerglings. Look at that immediate bloodbath on the ground.
No, man, these Zealots, man,
2-2 Zealots against 0-0
Zerglings. They ain't afraid.
Nope. And these Mullahs to clean that up. Now HerO knows, of course, like, hey, I can actually do some serious work with my Phoenixes. Because all your Mullahs are out of position, especially if they're on top of cannons as well.
There's so few Corruptors
HerO
now.
can clean this up. Like, HerO can actually clean this up. It's going to take a little while, but he can just start fighting this as soon as the Corruptors are gone. He's gonna have the time of his life, killing all these Mutalisks. And I think, Nate, for the first time in 2014, Liquid HerO is going to advance to the round of 16 of WCS America Premier League.
Yeah, with flying colors, good play in this group. Is Phoenix getting hit a little bit hard?
Did HerO just jump up and pulled his own block? He's just like triple. HerO just like jumped out of his chair, triple fist bump. Yeah, did it, and like knocks over his PC.
I mean, he said his client crashed earlier today, right? So maybe his computer crashed again?
All right, well, let's hope that's not the case. But either way, of course, you know, worst come to worst, we can do a resume from replay. And this game is pretty much over, though. It's now 140 army supply of our Protoss against 98 of Zerg. Unfortunately, HerO has dropped from the game. There is a very good chance, of course, that we will continue playing, because we still look at 25 Mutalisks. So this is actually going to make our broadcast very complicated. We will resume this from replay. I definitely think HerO is going to win this game, but I also definitely don't think we can just call this game over, because, hey, XiGua, it's his right to fight till the bitter end. If he wants to stay till the final drone, he can do that, but he actually still has a lot of Mutalisk as well. Is he in a dark position? Yes, he is. Can he still make it work? Well, it's very difficult, but we have seen crazier comebacks in the history of StarCraft 2, and of course, WCS America Premier League, you want to fight till the bitter end.
Yeah, I'm just going to inform the admin what happened, that the game didn't actually end. We need to recover. So one of us has to do it then, right? Because the admin wasn't in the game.
That is correct. Maybe you want to do it, Nate?
Yeah, I got this.
Alrighty, Nate's got this. I like it when Nate takes control of things like this, because as an excellent tech nerd, he is always able to not mess things up, and I will somehow do something wrong, and I prefer to see Nate do it.
The biggest problem I have right now when I think about doing this is
when to...
When do we resume? Because there was action happening at that very moment.
Exactly. Like, how far back do you want to push the clock? So maybe you can actually communicate that with the players.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
Because, I mean, like, when we start the game, it will show the ending of the game, but there was action non-stop. So how far back do you want to go? How many corruptors were dying in that part of the broadcast? Or that part of the game, sorry. I'm losing my mind as well. I'm trying to read the chat. I shouldn't do that. Either way, we apologize for this small inconvenience. That is, of course, something that could happen when you play online in the round of 32. Of course, the round of 16 is all played offline. And if you guys are new to competitive gaming, you know, like online, offline, what does it mean? Well, on the round of 16, we fly out all players. They get their trip paid, they get their hotel paid, and they will all be participating here in this studio. We're going to change the setup a little bit. They will probably be sitting around here where we are now. We're going to move a little bit more to the right, and we're going to have all of these players around us. It's going to be awesome. We're going to step up the broadcast, of course, as well. A few more new graphics will be added. Some cool pictures will be taken.
Okay. All right, so talk to production a little bit. I think we've kind of found a little bit of a place. We want to start right before we kind of got the impression that all of HerO's units stopped moving. Usually, you don't let your army sit there and do nothing. Yeah, it's about the 26-minute mark in this game. Okay. Right. It's hard to, I mean...
Okay, HerO says we would like to resume the game when he controls Phoenixes. Like, well,
so the game ended at 26-28.
I would say 26:05 is probably quite reasonable.
Yeah, well,
26:10.
26...
Yeah, I think 26:10 is a very good time to go with. So, you know, if the players are happy with it, we are ready with it. Happy with it. Okay, XiGua's in the game. HerO is good to go as well.
You gotta press the gas. Press the gas, Roddy.
All right. 26:10. Yes, we know that it's definitely going to be right in the middle of the action. So, if you guys wonder why people APM spam, well, because if you just do nothing and then suddenly you have to control a lot of air units. Well, yeah, there's no other way to do it. Otherwise, we have to go back too far in time. So 26:10 is pretty much. Are you sure you did it right? Because I thought I.
Yeah, man.
Are you sure?
You right-click on it and you click Recover Game, dude.
Okay, well, that's. Are you sure?
What?
I think you messed up, Nate.
No, I right-clicked and clicked Recover Game.
All right.
Wait, no.
This is not right, right?
Okay.
Alrighty. I jinxed Nate. I said he.
No. It said you were. It said I got dropped.
All right, so let's just leave because this is probably not right.
Technical difficulty.
I really
hope. This is what I clicked.
All right.
So
there's another way to do this as well, right? Because like normally you enter the time already in the lobby, because then like the loading screen is a lot longer.
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't give me the option to recover.
All right, guys. Actually, we're just gonna throw to a very small commercial break. Sorry, but we don't want to make this broadcast so awkward. As we're just gonna try to get this thing going. We're going to figure this out. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Probably no more than 2 or 3 minutes. And then we can continue the final moments or perhaps the start of an epic comeback of XiGua versus HerO, the final series of the day. We apologize for this, but nothing we can do. Stay tuned and we'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody, to WCS America Premier League Group G, as we are in the final moments of perhaps the final game of the day. We had a crash from HerO. HerO was looking very good. He almost did it, but of course it's XiGua's right to fight to the bitter end. Unfortunately, Blizzard has provided us this beautiful thing called Recover Game. We had a few minor issues setting it up, and now everything is working, so we can hopefully just continue the action in a few seconds.
Yep, that's right. We're recovering right now. So basically, it's got to go through the replay, of course. It's going to go basically towards the end of the replay of the game. And since we're about 26 minutes in, it's going to take us maybe a minute or two to get all the way through there.
You know, imagine if every StarCraft 2 game ever would just start off like this. And like, you get dropped in a random moment in the game and then you have to take control. This is actually...
That reminds me, like, I do play in, like, sports games. Like, play, like, NFL's like challenge just puts you in a position.
Yeah, exactly.
It puts you in like a Super Bowl where it's like,
you're down,
your
like
team normally loses, but you play as that team and you have to make like the sickest comeback.
How cool would it be if you're like in Legacy of the Void, you would have like this step, most legendary games of all time. Can you do what MMA did in this game and complete the comeback against Dongray Gu?
Yeah, exactly. Take like that one game where on King Sejong Station where it's like his splits weren't quite enough, and it's like the title's like MMA lost this game. It's like after having a lead the whole way through. It's like,
of course you can already like theoretically do that, but it would be super cool if this would actually be like a challenge.
That should be like
achievement.
Man, that should be like the new challenge mode.
Oh my god! I think we just gave Blizzard like the best idea.
We need to start PMing people about this.
I'm actually going to suggest this. I want to see this.
I'm going to suggest this when we're done, man.
I would like complete everything. I would try to complete everything.
It's like you look at like Flash vs. Party. It's like, can you make the comeback for the Protoss? Like,
yep. Or this like or like Hard versus XiGua. Can you win?
Oh my god! Start the game. It just gives you like 3 SCVs. Good luck.
Good luck. Your opponent is on 3 bases with 60 drones. And you have 7 SCVs and 3 orbitals. Fight! It's like, well, this seems really stupid, guys. Alrighty, so we're almost ready. Of course, recover game takes a little longer than just hopping into a game because you have to load all the way through the game and everything should be set. But in just a few minutes, or excuse me, a few moments, a few seconds probably even, we can hop into XiGua versus HerO. HerO's up 30 supply. HerO has pretty much everything going for himself, and XiGua has lost his Spire. I don't know how Zerg is going to win it, but he's going to try. He's going to fight his heart out. WCS America Premier League round of 16 is on the line.
That's right. Looks like we're just about done recovering. Of course, guys, this is all in the middle of some very intense action. So when both players are ready to go, we're going to start, and it's pretty. This is just going to be pretty difficult for both guys. So we're just about ready to go in. And 3, 2, 1, and now the game is beginning. Oh. I guess starting again.
Yes. Alrighty, here we go. Phoenix is going head-to-head against Middleisk. Yeah, HerO has plenty of Phoenix. It would be really funny if XiGua is just like GG now. It's like, come on, XiGua, really?
You know what? If he had actually let his Phoenix not move at all instead of his computer crashing, I think XiGua might have been able to take the game.
Yep. However, most of the Corruptors have died for XiGua. He's down a solid 30-40 supply. Now these Phoenixes, or these Mutas, are kind of trapped as well, caught between a rock and a hard place, but then in the air, maybe the moon and, I don't know.
Maybe they're stuck
the moon and the stairway to
heaven. They're stuck between the gravity of 2 large objects that prevents them from being able to escape, right?
Wow, like there you go again, Nate. A couple of Mutas left in the face of danger and somehow avoid this big Phoenix clone, but Liquid HerO is on the hunt. He can smell his ticket. He can almost book his ticket to the round of 16. He's picking up more and more Middleisk, killing over. Oh, he's dancing.
He's twerking his Phoenix.
Lol, did you see that Phoenix? It was so funny.
I feel like I'm at a light show.
Yeah, I've never seen them move like that. He was like bouncing like a lowrider up and down. He knows he's coming to LA. He's like, yeah, on the grill to my low
Those Phoenix have hydraulics installed.
Yeah, that's badass. There are Stalkers, Archons, and Sentries as well over here.
Look at these Phoenix in the main. They're still doing it.
That was really cool. This one Phoenix was like literally bouncing like a 9070. What is a good American classic car, Nate?
I'm not a car guy. This is the part where I drop the ball.
There's this one car that always gets turned into these lowriders. Cadillac, I guess. Or a Chevy Impala. Yeah, thank you very much, production crew. You guys always got my back. Nice to know there are some real Americans out there.
Wow.
Well, HerO's up 100 supply. He's still dancing Phoenixes. I think if he crashes again, I think we can make the unanimous decision, Nate, that this one is over. XiGua knows it as well. GG is called. And Liquid HerO will qualify for the round of 16 for the first time this year. And that is so important for him because that means that he still has a very realistic shot at qualifying at the WCS finals later this year at BlizzCon, or qualifying for the WCS finals at BlizzCon, I should say.
Yeah.
What a day, Nate. What a day. What a day.
What a day it has been. It's been a good one, guys. Lots of great games. We got to see TaeJa. We got to see XiGua. We got to see the Canadian Hope Hendrilisk. It was good times.
It was an awesome time. I had a blast. We can take a look at the bracket one more time, just in case you guys joined us for the last minutes of this broadcast. Maybe you're just waking up in Europe. Maybe you're still awake in Europe. Some of you guys are absolute diehards. But we can take a look at the bracket just to go over all the results one more time. TaeJa won 2-1 against Hendrilisk. XiGua defeated HerO 2-1. Then TaeJa was able to defeat XiGua 2-1. And the game on merry-go-round was so close. It was so incredibly close. But TaeJa, apparently he is not afraid of 24 banelings and 30 zerglings when he has 4 marines and 3 hellbats, because he's TaeJa.
Because he is TaeJa. And great games by him, of course. TaeJa was an expected pick. I think 90% of you basically voted for him with your ESL fantasy teams in order to actually get out of the group.
You were one of them, Nate. I was one of them. Our 45-year-old house mom who tweeted at us today during the broadcast was one of them as well. So I think a lot of people are happy with their fantasy team today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Other things that have been going, of course, round of 32 is just about done. We have one more group remaining. We've got one final group, of course. We've had some nice upsets. I think this group today went a little bit closer towards the expectations.
Yeah, I think this was one of the very few groups, other than perhaps Paul Jadon group, that went according to the expectations of people, where people actually scored a lot of WCS points. But besides this group, Nate, there's just been madness all over the place. A lot of good players have been eliminated. A lot of new faces will be joining us. Just to give you guys an idea, new faces, well, Neep, first time WCS round of 16, at least in America. He made it to Cologne earlier this year, but yeah, at least over here. I guess first time ever round of 16. Jadong, first time round of 16 this year. Made it last year, but not this year. Check and Big Baby, they were here part of the show last season as well, so they will make a reappearance. Violet will make a reappearance. Huck is the first time he's qualifying here in Burbank. He did, of course, qualify earlier this year when we had the finals in Cologne. Then we have Hart and Scarlet. Scarlet for the first time in 2014, Nate. Because he dropped out in the round of 32 Season 1. And
I'm excited, man.
Lost in Challenger in Season 2. But now she's back. Scarlet will be joining us as well. That's awesome. I'm so happy for her. Group G, TaeJa and HerO. Well, first time for HerO this year. Not the first time for TaeJa. And then tomorrow, awesome group.
Yeah, man. Bomber, Major, Puck, and Slam. Great group of players. I actually, it's probably one of the ones that I'm looking forward to the most as far as the non-Korean players go, as Major has played some phenomenal TVT, especially in the last few weeks.
Except last night.
Except last night. You know what? I have a hard time recalling that game last night, so I'm not sure if I can give the analysis we need on that one.
Alrighty, guys, that is going to do pretty much it for us. But I believe we have a few more important facts for you.
Yeah.
Like the Eventbrite, Nate, where people can pick up tickets for one of the amazing StarCraft events that's coming your way.
Tickets for the round of 16.
Oh, that one.
You say, hey, I live somewhere where it's physically possible for me to get to Burbank, California, a.k.a. Planet Earth, and I want to go watch WCS America round of 16 and or finals.
I want to eat pizza with Roddy and Nate. I want to drink some Red Bulls with them.
Enjoy that beautiful California sunshine and say hello to some of your favorite players from around the world. You can go to eventbrite.com and search WCS America. Tickets are already on sale. And look at that, around of 16 dates. So now you're saying, hey, I want to make sure I don't plan my wedding on the day of WCS finals and stuff, because I don't want to miss that. So there you go. Now you've got a little bit more information.
Or you just got married here at the broadcast. You can do that too.
You know what, man? Imagine if TaeJa was your ring bearer with the trophy in the other hand. Boom. Boom right there. Of course, other cool stuff that's going on.
Nate,
you know what?
Nate, I think you would make a beautiful bridesmaid.
You know what, man? You know what? You know what's awesome? These cool little things. I actually got one of these. They're doing a sale, basically, in case any of you guys have thought, you're like, I want to get one of those cool banelings I see Red Eye always throwing around in the Europe stream. We know Todd loved one so much that he stole one from us. You go to Blizzard Gear Store.
Did he steal it?
I don't know. Maybe he asked for it and they said yes. But you can go to gear.blizzard.com/WCS. You can use the code WCS10 off and save 10% during all of August and September. So you got quite a long time. Get yourself some banelings. Get your friends some banned links. Hide them under their pillows. No scan. GG.
Alrighty, and last but not least, of course, we want to thank everybody for reaching out to us once more. It's been another long broadcast for us. It's been a long last 8 days for us, and we have 6 more awesome days of StarCraft 2 ahead of us, and then we have 1 day off. Hell yeah. But of course, thanks everyone. Keep the tweets coming tomorrow as well. Hashtag WCS. Hopefully you are pumped to watch Major play. Hopefully you are pumped to watch Puck and Slam, I believe, or Ian.
Yeah.
Is Slam. Or Ian? Slam. And Bomber, of course, the runner-up of last season. So make sure to follow us as well. Twitter.com/StarCraft and Facebook.com/StarCraft. We can't thank you enough. And of course, guys, make sure to give Nate a follow. He apparently really likes that. There was like this other stream where he kept mentioning that he would really appreciate it if you guys want to give Nate a follow at Twitter.com/NathaniasTV. And I want to thank everybody for watching. That is, of course, very important. And last but not least, I want to thank our production crew for once more doing an awesome job backstage. Thank you very much, Brett, Ken, Eric, Kev, Ian, all the boys out there. Of course, Tommy as well. And we have one more very important thing.
One more very important thing. There's more StarCraft coming up. Who would have guessed? Tonight, you can watch 2 a.m. Pacific time. You can come spam Kappa with me in the chat because there's going to be GSL on. Soul Key, Terminator stats and beyond. This is a really awesome group. If you're not the kind of person that typically watches the Korean StarCraft, these are some of the best players. Personally, I like Solkey and stats the most. I want Byung to get out though.
I want to say the same. I want to say Solkey stats, but maybe Solkey Byung.
Yeah, and of course on the right side, a little information. Tomorrow's group is going to be Bomber, Major, Puck, and Slam. That's 2 Terrans, a Protoss, and a Zerg. Since we have all equal race distribution, there's no reason for you not to show up.
And of course, we have a European broadcast coming up as well. That is going to happen on Tuesday, the 19th of August. Stardust, Snoot, Patience, and Mini Razor will kick off. Hey, it's the 19th? When is it? It's actually, that's still 6 days away. Man, why did they let us wait so long? What a teaser. I want to see those games now. I want to see if Snoot is going to make a good run in WCS Europe, because Snoot is still in the running for one of those very prestigious top 16 slots of the WCS ranking, which of course will qualify you for BlizzCon at the end of the year. Nate, I think that's going to do pretty much it for us. We will be back tomorrow, like you guys saw in the previous broadcast, at 11 a.m. Hawaii time. Right? No. 12 noon Hawaii time.
You just dropped the ball on all your Hawaiian fans.
I know. Hawaii is so sad right now. Sorry, all my fans from Honolulu. Tomorrow we'll be back noon Hawaii time, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, midnight European time, and I believe 8 a.m. for all the Aussies out there. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
The Aussies have a lot to cheer for in this season of WCS America, so show up, man. It's going to be great. Lots of American players coming in tomorrow. But that's going to be it all from us here in Burbank, California. We're going to see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic evening. You've been watching WCS America Premier League.